Every day, public television offers a huge variety of safe, educational programming for even the youngest of our children. But what kind of person makes these shows? Who writes these imaginative songs, and what motivates them? Well, meet Conductor Jack, a man who combines family tradition with a passion for education to bring young children an energized, Tennessee-based act known as the Zinghoppers.
My wife and I created a show called the Zinghoppers Show, and it's a show for preschoolers. I play a character in the show called Conductor Jack, and toot toot. Conductor Jack is a train conductor, and he's got three friends. He's got a possum and a donkey and a kangaroo. My wife does the voice of the possum and of the donkey, and I do the kangaroo voice. My parents were both musical. My grandparents were musical. My great-grandpa was in vaudeville. He was a vaudevillian, and he put himself through college doing vaudeville sketches and stuff, and I came from that tradition, and I mean, I put out my first CD. It was a Dixieland jazz record. I put that out senior year in high school, and I was playing bars and clubs and doing coffee house gigs and stuff, and it just got to be such a drain. And my wife was traveling with me, and she was in the band playing, and we just both were like, we can't do this forever. It wasn't fun anymore. I guess I went back to school. My wife went back to school. We got teaching jobs. We were doing that. It was really fun. We had a great time. And because I had done music my whole life, it was natural for me to just bring in a guitar to the classroom. And instead of asking kids to line up to go play outside or to wash their hands, we would write little simple songs about washing your hands, or about lining up, or now it's time to take a nap, or things like that. And or now it's art time, and a lot of it was just strictly from being in the classroom and writing little songs to help. And we realized too, a lot of preschool teachers and early elementary teachers realized that if I say something to the child, it's not as good as my friend Penelope the possum. We created the show really just a simple sock puppets. If I ask you to go clean up the room, you might not get the room clean. If our possum or our donkey goes, hee-haw, please help me clean up the room, all of a sudden kids really want to help. So one thing kind of led to another. This was a couple years ago, and we started getting more and more work from our students' parents, and asking for birthday parties or things at church or things like that. And it just kind of rolled into a full-time career. So now this is all we do full-time, is just kids music. My wife does most of the business and kind of the creative stuff, and I do a lot of the live gigs and things. And we do a lot of live work. We do about 500 shows a year. And we chose the name Zinghoppers because hopping is a natural movement for kids to do. And we're gonna stomp our feet. Oh, good. All right, here we go. Time to stomp.
Really big.
Really big stomp?
Yeah.
So all right, here we go. That was really important to us, to choose a name that kids would relate to and want to hop along with us. And it also promotes physical fitness and just physical activity. And I mean, I've since I started doing kids music full time, I've lost like 75 pounds just doing kids music, because you're up there hopping and stuff. I still have a ways to go, but I mean, it is a really physical show.
I am one of the actresses that plays Sunny Fix-a-Lot for the Zinghoppers Show. I am the railroad mechanic that helps fix the happy train, and I help solve problems using my imagination. I'm also the marketing director for Zinghoppers Entertainment Group, and a mother of a 2-year-old and 4-year-old who are huge Zinghoppers fans. So that's how I got involved in things. I am a Zinghopper mama. I'm involved on every level. Family, shows, schools, everywhere we can take it. And I'm really excited for the business to be expanding, the music to be shared nationwide. With the Zinghopper Show, we keep the audience's attention span in consideration, and we know that kids are natural helpers. Any parent, any educator would tell you that kids are natural helpers. It's more effective to bring home a message if you can ask them for help and not preach something to them. Also by demonstrating, not just telling them what to do, showing them what to do, and making it fun. And that's why setting these messages to music is so effective. We've seen it with a cleanup song from our Sing Your Way Through the Day CD, used in classrooms and at home. And the same thing with our Reduce, Reuse, Recycle Running for the 3 R's song. Same thing. We've had parents say that the kids are running to the trash can, running to the bins to sort things with their aluminum, and getting really excited about it. So it's good to see that that it's applicable in the home, in the classroom, and that it's taken away from the show.
My child was this age. My child's 13 now and in middle school, so he doesn't exactly like to come to this. So I actually go get some friends of mine, kids that are working.
It's fun and it's educational, and she has a really good time, and I love watching her dance and sing and clap and just bonding with the other kids. It's a lot of fun to watch.
I really love the way that the Zinghoppers incorporate some of the positive attributes of reducing and recycling into their program. The kids have fun with it. They don't know that they're learning, but actually they are learning. They really have a good time with that.
We're really trying hard to kind of incorporate health and fitness and also positive living choices, green elements to the show, and talking about reducing, reusing, recycling, and then also songs about healthy eating. We've got a song called Ballad of a Salad that's all about lettuce and tomatoes and cucumbers, and we've got a song called In the Garden, which is all about how to grow. Really, I mean, it's a song about organic gardening, and so, but it's for preschoolers, and that's what's really neat about it.
Impacting the children is what's going to make a difference, making them aware of it now, because they're the ones that are going to take over the whole thing pretty soon anyway.
So we've got songs like Running for the 3 R's. We've got songs called COLD, which is all about reducing. I mean, you can't tell this to a preschooler, but it's about reducing your carbon imprint in the world and reducing. If everybody can just do one or two things to help out, that's kind of our message. COLD. Let's help stop global warming by. All right, we need to do that one more time. COLD. Let's help stop global warming by planting a tree. Woo! Oh, good job, you guys. COLD, really good. That was great, you guys. All right, we've got one more song we want to introduce you to. So we've got those songs. The whole soundtrack has been coming together, really interestingly. We have been recording. We've got tracks that were recorded in England. We've got tracks a friend that recorded a track in South Africa. We've got a friend in LA and in New York. And we're here in Nashville. We've got people in Texas and Canada, Toronto, all over, and they've all been recording. We've been doing the entire soundtrack just digitally online, and so we've put out, in the last year, we've put out 5 CDs. In the last year, we put out a DVD this year, and now we're working on the TV show element. So it's really been an exciting time. I'm pretty much always excited and happy. I mean, I work pretty much 7 days a week, 365 days a year, living my dream. I get to work with my wife and a great staff of people that are really fun. And you can't, even if you wake up grumpy, you go to a show like this, and you go to a show and you see kids having fun and dancing, and we get to have that fun experience of working with kids really from baby to about 4 or 5. And see them have these firsts. And so in our show, there's a lot of firsts, like the first time they get to hop, the first time they know they can stand on one foot, the first time, and you can't have a bad day. I guess I quit music to be a teacher, but I didn't quit teaching to do music again. I feel like I'm a teacher first, and a teacher that uses music as a tool, not a musician that teaches. And I guess I still, even though I'm playing at gigs, and I might be at a library one day and a county fair the next day and a theater the next day, that can still be a classroom, and I can still use the elements of what I learned in school on child development and things. I can use that in a different classroom, and it could be a county fair, but it's still every moment with kids is a teachable moment. And how I live my life in Tennessee directly affects how somebody lives their life in Japan or in Argentina or Australia, anywhere. And kids are universal, and the message we have is universal. And we've gone overseas to Australia before, and I've played in France and in England. I've played, shows where it's completely. I've done shows in Mexico where and we present it in English, and kids are still reacting. And there's a spirit to the music and to the beat and to our smiling and our spirit that I think is global, and that's really truly my goal. And it's I think that I could do more for the world, the more resources I have. So I just want to keep working as hard as I can and pushing and pushing and pushing, and make no bones about it. That's really my goal. I really, really want to be the #1 children's property in the world. I got a lot of work to do.